Welcome to the Real Estate Show. From buying to selling and everything in between. Rochester's home for everything real estate. And now, your hosts from the Anthony Butera team of Keller Williams Realty, Greater Rochester. It's Anthony Butera and Jason Mancuso.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 100th episode of the Real Estate Show. We have Anthony and Jason here. Hey guys.
Hey.
Woo!
Happy 100th, Jason.
Hundo.
100. 100.
And I gotta say,
I like Hyundai.
we were saying earlier, like before we started recording, like in 2017, you guys started with the podcast right around there. And we were saying by the 100th episode, we're all going to be in quarantine doing this over Zoom, you know? There's gonna be a pandemic. Yeah, we called it.
Crazy. There's only been 100 weeks since 2017.
Yeah.
Pretty consistent.
So how
Yeah,
you
lots
feeling?
happened since then, huh?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll go out on a limb. How about the Bills since we started doing this? Correlation? Anybody? Anyone?
that's true. You know what? It makes sense. It makes sense. The world is on fire.
Mhm.
There's horse flies on vice president's head, and the Bills are undefeated.
Yeah.
This will be the year they do it. They'll cancel the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's what's happening for this week? Are they not going to play? Is it a forfeit?
So as of right now, well, there's definitely not going to be a game Sunday. I can tell you that. So now they're trying to figure out how to either make the game happen by getting creative with the schedules or forfeiting the game for Tennessee, which would give the Bills a victory, which would be great. It just wouldn't help them in a, if they were head-to-head against another team, it wouldn't help them. They would win 2-0 is what it would look like.
Oh, okay.
So if there was points for, points against, it wouldn't help them in a tiebreaker scenario. But Tennessee's not an easy game by any stretch. I mean, as a Bills fan, I'll take what I can get for free, right?
Yeah.
But these guys are competitors. Like, Josh Allen, he doesn't want to take a forfeit. He wants to go out there and throw 500 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Love that guy now.
It's going to affect his stats.
Fantasy quarterback.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I mean,
so,
since we
yeah,
started
the
doing
Bills are
this,
looking great.
2 playoff appearances since we started doing this.
Yeah.
And for what was it? How many was it? 20?
19 years.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
19 years.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Buffalo
thank
Bills
you
fans.
for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the show, for what you've done for the world. I mean, think about it. We're sitting pretty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
the big
Should we
news
end-
now
should we
is
end it now?
the fly. No, I want to talk about this fly. I think, and call me crazy, I think that fly was a controlled device.
Oh, yeah?
I
It was
believe,
a drone?
and you're going to think I'm crazy, I
Drone fly?
genuinely believe that was a control. Yeah, because I don't know if you remember 2016, during the debates, Hillary had one on her forehead.
That's right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how does that keep happening? What is there, old Kung Pao chicken in the arena? Like, where are these flies coming from? And like, imagine how many other flies there was. I mean, her husband probably had flies in his midsection from doing butt stuff to interns. We just don't hear about that.
I was gonna say that fly for Hillary flew from her dress.
Yeah.
That's
But it was so odd and eerie that like Biden had zero emotion about it. Like you knew it was there, guy.
You think so? You think he knew?
Yeah. I'm assuming, unless, you know what? Bigger controversy. That if he didn't know, then that's a hairpiece.
Oh,
That's
man.
great hair though. That thing's solid. I mean,
I
what the
haven't
hell
had
do-
hair in
what
so
do-
long, I don't remember.
what do we know about what a fly feels like on some head of hair?
How stupid and naive am I? I can feel it because there's no hair.
Right.
Son of a bitch. Remember when we had hair when we did the first episode, Jason?
I know. 100 episodes later.
God.
But the benefit is now you can feel when flies are crawling on you. So,
Mhm.
it's a trade-off.
I watched it this week, and I looked like Mark. The first one we did.
You look like me.
Yeah, I looked like Mark, and Mark was bald then before he got his hairpiece.
Yeah. Can't feel a fly on this thing. Yeah.
Mark, that is a pretty easy hairpiece to get, though. It's like
Justin
Sammy
Bieber.
Davis,
Yeah.
Elvis.
It's the standard.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just go to Supercuts and I say, cut my hair.
Give me
Speaking
the
of,
Dean Martin.
speaking of Elvis, how about these new microphones we got?
Oh, fancy.
Oh my
right?
God, so fancy.
Feel
Well,
like
we-
50s radio disc jockey.
We
Yeah,
figured
that
this
wasn't-
whole coronavirus thing's not going away, so might as well get
Yeah.
a mic or two for you guys.
showing off. That wasn't in our budget the first episode.
Yeah.
So
What
So
you
what
got
do
for us, Mark?
So, 2017 to now, what do you feel like you're? I mean, we're obviously not in the same spot, but I mean, it feels like it's been like 3 years of seller's market, right? Is it just as bad, or?
Have you been paying attention or what, pal?
yeah, definitely 3 years of seller's market that has grown each year. And this past summer, and I'm giving a season because our market has shifted in the last 2 weeks, and I did not believe that was going to happen. Still very strong, but not quite as strong. The same house that would have had 10 offers may have 1 or 2 right now.
Oh, wow.
They have to get reduced.
They have to get reduced because you don't have as much competition. So the market has softened. The demand is the same, but I genuinely feel, and I'm wrong way more than I'm right, but right now I genuinely feel that the demand is just as strong. The motivation isn't.
Yeah. I think
Life
that's what
changed.
he hit it there. The motivation changes, and I don't know. If I got a message for these buyers out there that are looking to buy, do it now. The
Mhm.
rate is low. You lock in now. You don't have risk of. I mean, we're thinking it's going to remain low into next year, but that we don't have the crystal ball, right? And these buyers, it just feels like the buyers kind of created some funkiness for themselves. Now, I get it. Here's the cause. You got everybody kids going back to school, and this year especially, like, it's just, a shit show. So, putting the home search on hold because of that, I get it. But it's one of these, like, and I hate to be too blunt, but it's like, suck it up and get out there, because you go with the logic of waiting till spring. Now it's just everybody else is back out of the woodwork, and you're back in a climate of 30 offers that you don't want to compete against, versus you got an opportunity right now to actually not have that situation, have the opportunity to actually negotiate. It's an opportune time right now for buyers. Now, with that said, we're still in a seller's market. By definition, there's not enough homes for sale to support the demand. The demand is just kind of being a little funky right now, I guess, is the way I look at it.
Yeah. Strong seller's market still, and you will have less competition. So if you're feeling battered because you've lost out on 5 to 10 to 15 offers because there was 5 to 10 to 15 offers, right? You have an opportunity right now. So don't make today's decision based on your past experience, because it's changed. It's different right now.
I had a couple of friends that they're like, they're living in a rental in the city, like a house that they're renting, and just got married, and they're like, we're going to take this money and try to find a house, right? And it just like you said, it was a seller's market, so it's kind of tough for them first time home buyers. And I feel like I need to tell them this information because they gave up, and they were like, we'll take like a year off right now. They gave up, and then they started thinking of buying a one of those tiny houses. You know what I mean? Like a little tiny house. And I'm like, that's just a fancy way of saying a trailer, right?
Yeah.
Those little tiny houses.
A smaller trailer.
Yeah. I was like, where are you going to poop? Like, what is happening? Like,
yeah,
like house. So I might have to tell them to maybe check out a couple houses right now.
Oh, my God.
No, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of logistics in play. And so, I mean, the one thing I've learned in the years of the business is, we've talked about it before, like the fall is the seasonal market for our local market. And a lot of people think it's the winter time and the dead of winter, but we consistently see it's literally like January 2nd rolls around and a switch goes off and the phone starts ringing a lot more. We can see the activity increase. We can see, the just the craziness start to brew up, leading into that, that peak spring market of, March, April, May type of timing. So it's just historically speaking, Labor Day rolls around, kids got to go back to school. Parents are forced to deal with that routine, rightfully so.
Bombarded with holidays.
Yeah, well, and we're the meatheads that think football has something to do with it too. But I don't know. I'll stand by that. Sundays, they're going to be more watching the Bills than going to an open house a lot of times. And then the holidays roll around, and that's an easy, okay, let's sit on the sidelines, get through this. And then January 2nd, it's like, okay, what are we doing 2021? It's kind of correlated. Everybody's got their New Year's resolutions. For a lot of people, it's like, all right, this is the year we buy a house. So let's get after it. Let's start looking now while it's fresh in our mind and we're motivated. So, we're in it right now, and, it's just, there was, God, what was it? Was it 2018, that fall, when the interest rate spiked a little bit?
Yeah.
So, that was a funky season. Rates are still historically low, even then, but it just, caused a little bit of a slowdown then. And then, the rate dropped again, and a bonkers batshit crazy market in the spring and summer. It's cyclical each year, and we're in it right now. But I mean, the message that we're having our agents get out to the people that haven't bought, been looking all summer and didn't buy anything is like, a lot of those people decide to, they're frustrated and kind of wait. Get back out there if you can. I get it if you can't logistically, but you're just you wait. You're just gonna be in a similar market that you've been in the last 4 or 5 years now.
Well, Jason, to play into that too, or to play off of that, I should say. So market has softened up enough for you to feel it as a buyer. The market has softened up since middle of September. First couple weeks September, it was kind of like overflow, so we weren't going to feel it like that. But the last couple of weeks have been, it's been odd compared to the market we're in. So to add on to why you should, like right now is a really opportune time, you have substantial amount less competition, and the rates are in the upper twos for a 30-year FHA. Like, it's bonker shit. Like, so you have the opportunity to take advantage of less competition.
Muted.
Whole lot, this called me, so my voice went blank. But you have the opportunity to capitalize on way less competition and rates in the twos. You're going to regret.
Yeah.
What's that?
Keep going.
I was going to say that the rates are in the upper twos for a 30-year mortgage. So capitalize on this small window. And like you said, something happens January 1st. I mean, for families, parents with kids, I mean, getting them back into school right now and trying to figure out this homeschooling bullshit, and like, they're consumed. They don't have time to buy, so it's not a priority. So if you're not in that demographic, or even if you are, take advantage of it, because most people have thrown in the towel temporarily, not for good, but you're going to regret not buying something today, even if your fear is that you're going to have to overpay for something and you think that next year is going to bring something more stabilized. It's not the case. We don't have enough inventory. Nothing substantial is changing. So take advantage of this because you're going to wish you could have overpaid for something at this current interest rate.
Yeah, that's the key. I mean, the rate, it just came out, I saw last week, just all-time low.
Yep.
Across the board nationally, whatever metric they're using, all-time low.
I know you guys.
And I don't want to instill a fear factor of like telling you that, well, you know what, the spring it's going to be 5%. I don't think that that's going to be the case.
No.
But if it's 3.5 or if it's 4.5, which is very likely, it's a big difference in your monthly payment.
Well, that, and even if it remains as low as it is now, you go back into the spring and you're back into that situation where it's going to take, you're probably going to pay $20,000 or $30,000 more for the same house compared to now. It's just, it's a supply and demand factor. And when there's that much more demand in the spring, which there will be, it drives the price up, fair or not. It's just economics at play. And even then, we can make the argument, don't worry about it as much because of this low rate. That $20,000 that you have to, quote unquote, overpay, over 30 years in comparison to, a point or two additional on an interest rate over 30 years is still a huge amount of savings.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I feel like it's funny since we started doing this 100 episodes ago. It's been pretty much the same conversation because we've been in the same market. It's just kind of the different wrinkles that we experience by having a good pulse on the market that we can relay to everybody, consumers and agents. And there's really no end in sight. Again, we don't have the crystal ball, but, wouldn't surprise me if we're in a similar conversation in fall 2021.
Yeah. The key for us and what's helped us is we're selling more on average, more than a house a day, right? So when you're doing that, you have the indicators, you have the vital signs of what the market's doing compared to a listing I'll see go on the market today by an agent that hasn't sold a house in a month. They're listing it for the market they think they're in that's already passed them by and no one has let them know. So now they're going to see what multiple days in the market feels like again.
Right.
So
I guess for sellers right now, don't panic when your house doesn't sell. You list today and it doesn't sell in 3 days. Don't panic. I mean, we got to remember how spoiled we've been as sellers, throughout these strong markets. It's still a strong market. It's going to happen. It's a different strategy, compared to 2 months ago.
Yep.
That's fine.
Well, I got so I sent this thing your way, but I wanted to put it here on the podcast where I put together a compilation of your, I don't know, is this best of? Are we gonna say this is best of the real estate show?
Is there really anything best associated with this show?
I would say, I mean, it has I think very little of it has to do with real estate.
Yeah. It's the best we got.
Yeah. Let's see. Hopefully I can get this without screwing up our podcast. But I'll pull up the video and so we can show everybody here. Let's see. So some best of clips for you guys.
This should be great.
Yeah.
This pandemic's been the best thing that happened to you, Mark. You used to have to truck your ass into our office and set up stuff.
Yeah. This is exactly how I want to spend my time. Wait, I gotta see. I knew I was gonna mess up. I gotta click sound. We need sound for this. This is a freaking podcast, right?
Yeah.
You do want some sound at some point.
Mm-hmm.
My God. No wonder the zone dumped you.
I couldn't get the Zoom meeting to work. That's what it was.
Oh, man, what a dick.
We'll send you your last check via Zoom.
Thanks. Here we go. Here, I got it. Don't you worry.
Come on, Mark. Our mothers are waiting.
All right. So some best of the real estate show, our best clips from the last 100 shows. We got that right here. All right, you guys ready?
Fire away.
Man, I don't even have a beard.
Anthony, you look worse. I think I look better, but.
This is our west side location, so we're gonna do what we naturally do. We're gonna tint the windows. Yeah. Great program. Yeah, as long as it's coolers there, or is it? They like sell. Like if you want a beer, they literally sell you a 6-pack. Like, we're going to a road. Yeah. My wife's uncle. I got the snow blower. He's got to fix it up. He's like, great, okay. And he's like, 150. Deal. All right, dude.
Interesting, getting licensed.
Yeah, I think that a transition from like, okay, you're home, raise the family, maybe to like a 55 plus community or a ranch, and then assisted living, independent living, assisted living, or hospice, or health. As a I mean, basically, I love this. This is great. That's the clever way of saying as is, and this property is shot. Joy, I get. Let's hear me discuss this out with my son, but he's so perfect. Doing stuff pro bono. Do you guys do real estate? Do like stuff pro bono? It's like and not a purpose. It's like it's like a famous house or something. Like, oh, I'm the person that sold the Michael house or the big Spear house. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, no. We just sold one on Conky that was a mushroom. There was a ton of mushroom growing. Yeah, so but we got paid on it. So.
The good old days.
I like it.
But we can see, but we can actually see each other. You know.
You had such a bright future back then, Jason.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good deal.
Here, so Anthony.
Got you at the 200th.
Wait, hold on. Anthony sent me some really good stuff that he wanted me to share.
Oh yeah, just some stats, Jason.
Some stat like that you just need to. If you don't mind looking over.
Yeah. Not gonna ask to cut this out.
No.
There it is.
I said, hey, Mark, try to work these into the show. That's Jason at my summer house, who got profusely intoxicated as usual, and ripped my tiki torch out of the ground. But what you can't see is 1 minute later, he threw it into a bonfire that's like 40 feet behind him.
I think we got
good form on the Tiki Torch air guitar, though.
Yeah, looks great.
I think we got a couple more. That again, I mean, that one was a fake one, but these are some real stats that we need to go over. If you only listen to the podcast audio, you can visit the Facebook and check out these beautiful pictures and videos of Anthony and Jason.
The Facebook. That was the $45 mixed drink that I saw on a poster in Austin, Texas, and I said, "Yep,
it's got
Jason's got to have this."
It's got 9 straws coming out of this. This is definitely pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. The best part. See the ducks.
Yeah.
Those were my kids' presents from traveling. So
Aw, that's nice.
we still have them. So
And I saved
All of his kids.
the best for last. All right, we'll get to the
Oh,
best
God.
one here.
I
Let's
hate
see.
you guys.
One more. Oh. Let's see. Oh, there it is. This is the crown jewel.
The one
here.
from our first episode?
Yeah.
I think this is the one from Jason pulling up to the first episode.
Oh, okay. It's,
Yeah,
That's episode 1.
that's episode.
like your senior
Mark, you gotta zoom in on. Look at Biff. Typical East Side
Yeah,
Victor Saab. Got a Saab convertible, bro.
that's you said, Jason. Circa
I had.
2001.
Look at that, man. I had my father's old Ford Escort station wagon.
That
It
guy
also-
would
It's
steal,
got a.
that guy would steal your girlfriend.
That's
Yeah.
it's Jason. It looks like your high school like senior picture. I
Senior
scoured. Here's the thing. I looked for pictures of Anthony because Anthony sent these pictures to me, Jason. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll look for some of Anthony. He must have scrubbed the entire internet because
Yeah, cleaned it
there's
up.
nothing. It's just like him,
There's no dirt on the guy. Don't even bother.
you know. It's just all him doing nice things.
I'm the
I have a
controversial.
full-time employee cleaning up internet.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got to go. We're running out of time here on the Zoom meeting, but we'll see you for episode 101.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.
Team.com and subscribe. Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to The Real Estate Show. Find us on Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. If you're looking to sell or buy, talk to the Anthony Butera team of Keller Williams Realty, Greater Rochester. Visit AnthonyButeraTeam.com.